Evander Holyfield just drops bombshell after intense sparring with Mike Tyson. He claims Mike is still the toughest rival he's ever faced, haunted to this day by that infamous ear-biting incident back in 1997. I mean, it says a lot when even Holyfield, a legend himself, hints at Tyson's unrelenting power. Every boxing great has already predicted Jake Paul will get minced like ground beef in this fight, but our little YouTube sensation is stubborn, isn't he? Let him have a taste of Mike's fists then.
I don't know how much confidence that Jake Paul have in all this. But, you know, he's going to be a lot quicker. If he stay close to Mike, then his chance of winning going to be great. But he tried to stay back from Mike.
Holyfield and Tyson, two names etched in boxing history, made their rivalry unforgettable for fans, and now Evander's breaking his silence on just how lethal Tyson still is. Maybe he's even a bit worried for Jake. Though let's be honest, it's hard to feel bad for someone who's practically begging for a brutal lesson. Well, here's to the chaos.
Nice one. That was the best we've seen him yet.
Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield, two absolute juggernauts of boxing, back in action, sparring with a fire and intensity that would make any wannabe fighter think twice. And honestly, who deserves to be roasted more than Jake Paul? The walking embodiment of everything that's gone wrong with combat sports. This is the guy who really believes a few cheap thrills, manufactured beef, and hand-picked opponents are enough to make him a boxer. But let's not kid ourselves. Tyson is about to deliver a reality check so severe it might just become a permanent meme. Let's rewind for a second to appreciate the sheer absurdity of Jake Paul thinking he could hang with Mike Tyson. Tyson's got a career built on sheer annihilation. 50 wins, 44 of them knockouts. The kind of knockouts that left his opponents lying in the ring questioning their life choices. Sure, he's 58 now, but Tyson doesn't age like regular people. His recent training videos are a terrifying reminder that you never truly lose the beast inside. His punches still look like they could decimate walls, and his footwork isn't exactly the plodding shuffle of an aging man. Jake Paul might think he's a boxer, but Tyson is a force of nature. And here's the joke of the century. Jake actually believes he can keep up. And Holyfield? The man's 62 and still looks more fit and lethal than Jake Paul could ever dream of being, even on his best day. Holyfield isn't a relic from the past. He's a legend with the kind of iron will and experience that Jake couldn't buy even if he sold every overpriced NFT in his collection. This man was the undisputed heavyweight and cruiserweight champ, not some viral sideshow trying to coast on controversy. Watching Holyfield spar Tyson was like witnessing two titans spar with a ferocity that would make most active boxers question their choices. Compare that to Jake Paul, who's made a career out of exploiting the sport's credibility for his clout-chasing circus. Tweet. The sparring sessions between Tyson and Holyfield were on another level. Tyson still moves with a speed and power that you'd swear belonged to a man half his age. That famous peekaboo style? It's as menacing as ever. Holyfield's stamina? Unreal. Jake Paul wouldn't even last long enough to have a highlight reel moment. When Joe Rogan, who's seen it all in combat sports, says Tyson's power is still terrifying, you know it's serious. Lennox Lewis, another all-time great, is practically counting down the days, probably hoping Tyson will wipe that smug grin off Jake's face in the most poetic way possible.
I just want everybody to know, the fight is on with me and Holyfield the humble man, I know that, and he's a man of God, but I'm God's man. And I'm going to be successful May 29th.
Jake Paul, with his usual brand of arrogance, thinks he's prepared. Maybe his fanboys buy into it, but everyone else knows he's in over his head. Let's not forget that Tyson's training isn't some half-hearted attempt. Rafael Cordo, Tyson's coach, has him hitting the pads like his life depends on it. Tyson's defense drills, counter-punching routines, and conditioning work are absolutely brutal. This isn't just an old man staying fit. This is a guy preparing for war. Jake Paul should be canceling his plans for the rest of the year and start practicing how to get back up after a knockout.
Nice left hook! Up.
What's good for today?
Yeah. I took it. Sure?
Yeah.
Yes. Fucking sure? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure? Yeah. Fucking it's all right?
Let's do this. You did great.
With her.
Even with Tyson's age, some fans are genuinely worried about his health. People point out the brutal aftermath of Muhammad Ali's later fights as a cautionary tale. Sure, there's a 31-year age difference between Tyson and Jake, but you think that matters to Mike? Absolutely not. Tyson's been hearing concerns from boxing icons like Oscar De La Hoya and Dana White, who sound more nervous for Jake than anyone else. De La Hoya practically said Tyson would crush Jake without breaking a sweat, and you know what? He's not wrong. The thing is, Tyson's motivation isn't just about stepping into the ring for fun or money. It's a deeper, more personal battle. In a heart-wrenching interview with Andre Ward, Tyson confessed how the Iron Mike persona never truly leaves. Every fight he prepares for, he's back in that mindset, driven by the ghosts of his past. This is more than just a match. It's Tyson facing his demons, proving he's still one of the most dangerous men to ever lace up a pair of gloves. And let's face it, Jake Paul can't even begin to understand what that feels like. While Tyson is unleashing years of pent-up fury, Jake will probably be trying to figure out why his Instagram followers can't save him from the knockout coming his way. Holyfield and Tyson, once fierce rivals who delivered some of the most brutal moments in boxing history, are now training together.
Can you tell me sorry, please?
Sorry.
Mike, like you mean it.
Sorry.
I felt that. Come on, Evander, what do you say?
No.
These two legends who once tore each other apart in the ring are now sparring, sharing tips, and laughing at the sad reality of what boxing has become, mainly because of one Jake Paul. Yeah, that YouTube kid who thinks he can trade punches with real warriors. Jake Paul, who made a career out of pranks and flexing his bank account, is stepping into the ring with a man who could probably knock out a grizzly bear in his prime. And yet, here we are. Witnessing Jake act like this is some kind of fun little game.
People were out there saying, we think Mike's too old for this fight. Tell them what you think about that.
If you think I'm too old for this fight, you need to come tell me in my face.
Whoa.
Holyfield's legacy is untouchable, something Jake Paul's Instagram clout will never come close to. But here's the real kicker. Holyfield dropped a bombshell that should make Jake rethink his whole existence. He said Tyson still got that terrifying power, and their sparring sessions were anything but a walk in the park. Holyfield even gave Jake some advice, if you can call it that. He said that to survive Tyson, Jake would have to stay close and smother him. Yeah, because letting Tyson have space means one punch could turn Jake into a meme for eternity. Put this at 15-03-24. But let's be real. Jake doesn't have the skill or discipline to follow that strategy. Holyfield practically wrote Jake's obituary by confirming Tyson's power hasn't gone anywhere. Imagine thinking a few viral call-outs and overhyped sparring videos make you ready to face Tyson. Meanwhile, Holyfield is no stranger to being candid about the risks involved in boxing at their age. He admitted his own doubts after that rough TKO loss to Vitor Belfort. It shook him, and he knows the stakes of stepping into a ring again. But Tyson? Different story. Holyfield has made it clear that Tyson is still a beast, and that should terrify Jake. Yet somehow Jake's still pretending he's in on the joke when really, he's the punchline. Jake's whole shtick of pretending to be a real boxer is about to come crashing down, hard. All his little stunts, his trash talk, the overhyped buildup, it's all a facade. He's built a career on pretending, on creating drama and fooling people into thinking he's more than he is. But this time, the stakes are real. Tyson isn't going to play along or be a part of the circus. The only performance here will be Jake's crash course in what actual fighting looks like. And so good luck, Jake. Maybe spend a little less time thinking up your next viral moment and a little more time considering how you'll explain to your fans why Iron Mike sent you home concussed. You're not ready. Not even close.